He is known to football fans as the first player born in the 2000s to appear in a Major League Soccer match, but to others, he is Alphonso Davies, one of the most captivating individuals. What's the inside story about his unfortunate childhood, tough breakup, net worth, and life outside football? This is the sizzling lifestyle of Alphonso Davies. Alphonso Boyle Davies was born on November 2, 2000, to Liberian parents in Budu Burum, a refugee camp in Ghana. Liberia had been plagued by two civil wars that lasted for about a decade. Davies' father, Debea Davies, and his mother, Victoria Davies, originally lived in Monrovia, the capital of Liberia, but they fled during the Second Civil War, which displaced close to 1 million people and left another 250,000 dead. It was a tragic start to life for the young Alphonso, but fortunately, his family was able to immigrate to Canada in 2005 and eventually settled in Edmonton. Davies overcame struggles with the English language and improved his communication with other kids. He attended elementary and secondary school in Edmonton and first played organized football with Free Footy, an after-school league for inner-city elementary school students who came from low-income families. Davies then played for the Edmonton Internationals and Edmonton Strikers. When he was 15, Davies left his family and relocated to Vancouver to enroll in the Whitecaps FC residency program. This would be the beginning of his career. Fonzie, or Chef D as he is fondly called, can play as a wingback, left midfielder, or winger because of his explosive pace and creativity. But before he became the player that he is today, there were incredible efforts he put in behind the scenes. Moving up the ranks in 2016, Davies signed a contract with the Vancouver Whitecaps first team for the next 2 seasons, and in doing so became the youngest active player in Major League Soccer. He would make an incredible 81 appearances and score 12 goals before drawing the attention of Bayern Munich. Davies joined the Bavarians in January 2019 for a transfer fee of around $13.5 million, with bonuses totaling up to $22 million. He wasted no time in breaking into the first team and winning the Bundesliga Rookie of the Year award for the 2019-20 season, as well as the treble with Bayern Munich. After his impressive performances, he received a contract extension until 2025. At Bayern, Davies has blossomed into one of the finest players and has won 12 trophies with the club already. Having received his Canadian citizenship on June 6, 2017, Davies immediately made it into the national team. In his 37 appearances for the national team, he played a central role in their World Cup qualification and campaign in Qatar. Eager to know what he does outside football, the footballer was in a relationship with fellow Canadian and footballer Jordyn for about 5 years, and the couple was an epitome of a footballing love story before their breakup last year, having been childhood sweethearts who first crossed paths in 2011 when they were both playing for Vancouver Whitecaps. They then moved to Europe to chase their dreams. Jordyn, who is 6 months younger than Davies, is a forward for Paris Saint-Germain and Canada women's national team. She made more headlines with her former partner when they both opened up a YouTube channel where they both gave fans an inside look into their love story. Unfortunately, the channel has now been taken down. The cause of their breakup is not exactly clear. However, rumors of possible infidelity about Huitema began to circulate, but this was denied by the Bayern player in a tweet on 23rd of May last year. Although their separation seems amicable, Huitema has already moved on and is now with Seattle Mariners baseball player Julio Rodriguez. Alphonso maintains a strong relationship with his 2 younger siblings. His lifestyle revolves around his profession, but outside football, Davies enjoys gaming and music. He has an ergonomic bike in his house, which he hops on from time to time to maintain his fitness. The Bayern player isn't known to smoke, drink, or party. He is down to earth, and considering his status, we could easily conclude that Alphonso Davies lives a relatively normal lifestyle. He may not yet have those private jets and luxury yachts like the biggest athletes in the world, but the 22-year-old isn't doing badly for himself at all. Besides, he still has his whole career ahead of him to multiply his fortune. That being said, what have we found about his house and car collection? As far as we know, Fonzie has a house in Vancouver where he lives with his parents. The house was said to have been bought in 2016 and carries a price tag of about $500,000. It's a 3-bedroom house built in traditional style with an open layout. The house has a 2 2-car garage which covers about 500 square feet. 2 bathrooms, a separate laundry room, and a large crawl space are other features of the home. But he also has a lovely home in Munich. The player recently did a house tour in one of his YouTube videos to give us an idea of what his house looks like. It contains all the features of a modern house. Davies was gifted an Audi A4 by his club sponsor. Audi and the car is said to be worth over $50,000. The car offers 3 powerful turbocharged engine options and a great gas mileage estimate. Another one that is said to be in his collection is the e-tron S Audi, worth around $70,000. This car is powered by a 95 kilowatt-hour battery pack and can reach a top speed of 124 miles per hour. Davies also has a Mercedes-Benz G-Class, estimated to cost $150,000. The large SUV has cutting-edge infotainment system, luxurious cabin materials, and roomy seats for a comfortable ride. The well-rounded vehicle runs on powerful V8 engines. And then there's the Lamborghini Urus, which is worth over $230,000 and is said to be one of the world's fastest SUVs. It boasts a top speed of 204 miles per hour. As of last year, Alphonso Davies' net worth was estimated to be around $10 million. This mainly comes from the wages he receives from playing top-flight football at Bayern. The player also racks up significant income from endorsements and has paid partnerships with BioSteel Sports, BMO Canada, Nike, Konami, and several other brands. Davies signed a new contract with Bayern Munich that'll keep him at the club until June 2025, and he's set to earn around £165,000 per week with the club. Davies also earns significant money from social media. He has a YouTube channel with around 300k subscribers, over 5 million followers on Instagram, and more than 500,000 on Twitter. Interestingly, Davies was once fined €20,000 for arriving late to a Bayern practice after visiting his ex-girlfriend in Paris. Talk about the things we do for love. The following year, the gist from the French press was that Davies was entrusted in having huitema signed with Bayern's women's side, but it wasn't meant to be. Other than the fine, Davies has managed to stay out of controversies, which is a good thing for his young career. As a one-time refugee, Davies has developed undeniable empathy for people in a similar situation. He is the first football player and the first Canadian to become an ambassador for the United Nations Refugee Agency, UNHCR. In April 2020, he played a virtual football match against fellow professional Asmir Begovic, who also came to Canada as a child refugee, to raise money for the agency. Davies has taken part in several charitable events and recently donated all his World Cup earnings to charity. Speaking about his charity work, here's what Davies said. "I want to put myself on the podium to show that refugees are human beings." He said, "Given the opportunities, we can be footballers or doctors because we are human beings as well. I feel like people have a negative view when they hear the word refugee, and I'm trying to change that into a positive thing." One unique thing about Alphonso Davies is his memorabilia. The Canadian loves to keep things that remind him of certain events. For instance, his first pair of boots at Bayern, the ones he scored his first goals in, his expensive watch collection, his favorite pair of Jordans, and his 40+ pairs of Crocs, which he all revealed in a video. Davies has maintained his love for music and is a self-proclaimed DJ in the locker room. Alphonso Davies' journey is one of the most inspiring football stories, from being in a refugee camp to becoming the face of Canadian national team and winning the biggest trophies in Europe with Bayern Munich. Fonzie's story has been amazing and remains one of the most inspiring in the sporting world. Still, we are sure that the world is yet to see the best of Alphonso Davies.